Go ahead,
Can we
Sean.
go to a different topic?
Yeah.
Australia.
Sure.
The new Labour government says it will no longer recognize West Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. The United States, of course, under the previous administration, moved its embassy. Does the United States have any comment on Australia's move to this?
We would defer to the government of Australia to comment on its own policy, but the U.S. position is that our embassy will remain in Jerusalem, which we recognize as Israel's capital. And the ultimate status of Jerusalem is a final status issue, which will need to be resolved by the parties in the context of direct negotiations.
You're not trying to encourage other countries to follow suit in terms of recognizing Jerusalem or West Jerusalem?
I don't have any specific engagements to offer on that.
You can't. You say that you're going to keep your embassy in Jerusalem, and the U.S. policy, as it has been since the previous administration, is that Jerusalem is Israel's capital. This administration really believes then that you can still say that the final status of Jerusalem is up to negotiations when you've already made a determination or sticking with the determination of the previous administration?
That is our assessment, Matt. That's our belief that the ultimate status of Jerusalem is a final status issue.
How do you, if it's a final status issue, then how does this administration, I know how the previous administration explained it, but how does this administration explain it if you still believe it's a final status?
Matt, again, we are not reversing our decision to move the U.S. Embassy, nor revisiting.
I'm not asking you that. I'm saying that, fine, you're not going to reverse it, but how can you not reverse it and at the same time say that the status of Jerusalem is up to negotiations between the two sides when the original decision that you're sticking with wasn't made after negotiations or an agreement from both sides?
Well, I'm certainly not trying to offer what we have said about Jerusalem and it being a final status issue is not new. It's not something new over the course of this administration.
Well, no, it's not new, but you answered Sean's question about the Australian decision, and then you made your own announcement or restated the U.S. position. But then at the same time, you said that the status of the city of Jerusalem is up to the final status is up to negotiations. But I don't see how you can square the two.
I just don't have anything else to offer on this, Matt.